Yo, what is going on, you guys? bashtianygo here, and today I'm coming at you with my updated Chimera branded deck profile for you guys. Now, I took this to locals yesterday. I went X1 with it, so it's not perfected just yet, but I want to show you guys what I am playing, what the different ways you can go ahead and play this deck are. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure you guys stay tuned for the entire video. I'm going to be going over different ways you can go ahead and play this deck, different tech cards you can go ahead and put in this deck. It's going to be really exciting, guys. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So guys, we're going to starting off with the main deck. I believe I played a 41 card main deck, so right off the bat, we're going to start off with 3 Cornfield Quaddle, 3 Sword Mirror Knight, 3 Gazelle, and 2 Big Wing Baphomet. It's pretty standard for every single Chimera build, so no real need to go into this. I feel like a lot of people actually hopped on this deck ever since the first few deck profiles started coming out, and people started seeing that this deck is actually super crazy. So next, I played 2 Fallen of Albaz. I know a few people are on 1, but I found that a lot of times where I'm just playing with just 1, it is really detrimental to additional plays it can potentially make. Also, this is not a bad normal summon to activate the effective fuse, so I think 2 is definitely the correct call. There was never a time where I was breaking on it, but there was a game that actually cited one of these out, and I really missed the second one. So definitely I want to go ahead and make sure I keep that at 2. So there's a few other ways you can go ahead and play this, but I'm actually playing the 1 Dasher, 1 Celestial because we are playing Fusion Destiny in this deck, so it's actually something that's pretty crazy that I've seen. So you can actually go ahead and use either the Fright for package, the Fusion Destiny package. You can use different other pack. You can play a more heavy branded version as well. There's so many different ways to go ahead and play this deck that's so versatile, flexible, however you want to go ahead and phrase it, but it's a lot of fun to be able to pick whatever you want. And I thought it'd be best to go ahead and make sure that you're playing the 3 best fusion monsters in the entire game. So of course we do play the Mirror Jade. Well, actually four best fusion monsters in the entire game, because we play Mirror Jade, we play Guardian Chimera, of course, we play DPE, and we also play the 1 Hexlight fusion for Dragoon, guys. We are actually out here playing each and every single of the best boss monsters in the game, so I think it's absolutely super essential to go ahead and make your strategy. Also, this is a light, so it can be used for different types of combos as well. There is another card you can go ahead and play instead of this, but I actually like a little bit more, which is Versago the Destroyer. So really the only difference between these two is with this you have to summon out the Albion, this you summon out the Bellion. You still are able to go ahead and get Dragoon out, but Versago is a little bit better in my opinion, potentially, just because it is a fiend monster. So you can go ahead and still use it to go into your Chimera plays. So that is one thing I really do enjoy about it. Also, you can use it with Chimera Fusion. So go ahead and get rid of this. Next, for the hand traps, we play 3 Drone Lockbird and 3 Ash. 2 Nib and 1 Ghost Mourner. This is a ratio I'm still kind of playing around with. I'm not fully set on this, but I do want to go ahead and make sure that I play the most optimal hand traps in here. We do also play Crossout Designator in the side deck, which I'll be going over with you guys as well, just so I can have a little more variety with the hand traps as well, because pretty much all of these crush the deck entirely, except for Nibiru. Nibiru doesn't do too much unless you go for the big play with Branded Fusion, in which case you definitely play into it. But that's going to be it for the monsters, guys. Now on to the spells. We play 3 copies of Chimera Fusion, 3 copies of Branded Fusion, and 3 copies of Fusion Destiny. The main reason you want to play 3 copies of Fusion Destiny is because you just want to see it. If you get DPE and Dragoon on board and you're able to still continue on about your plays, you're not losing that match. Like, there's no way. The one thing I will say I do not like about this specific build is that, or I'm not sure if it's my play style or if I just need to test a little bit more, whatever it might be. With this build, I did notice I was running out of resources very quick. And there's a lot of times I was just drawing into Celestial Dasher in my hand without Fusion Destiny. I didn't see Fusion Destiny once, so that might just be an RNG luck type thing, but it is something to keep in mind as well. Like, Celestial Dasher not going to do anything for you in the main deck, so it's something I go back and forth on. I would have preferred to have Edge and Chain with Polymerization in some other instances, but like I said, we're still in testing phases. But I like that this gives you the option to play everything, right? So that's it for the fusion spells. Next, we play 2 Prosperity, 2 Talents, and 3 Book of Moon. Prosperity for consistency, I didn't feel the need to play a third one just because we're already at 41 cards. I believe we're at 41 cards. I don't know if I cut it down before, but we're at 40 or 41 cards. I didn't want to go too high over that, and besides, if we see a second prosperity, we're not going to be able to use it because we go through our extra deck extensively. Talents, of course, in case you get ashed or drolled, whatever it might be, you can still potentially do something. And then Book of Moon, because it's probably like one of the greatest board breakers in the game right now. Next, for the fusion, for the extra deck. Alright guys, so for the extra deck, first I want to say I only have 14 cards in my extra deck, so I stopped in a Mud Dragon deck here that made no sense whatsoever because we don't play Super Poly. So that is something that I did switch out from my actual deck to this one, is that why I definitely want to go ahead and play the one copy of Lingaribo in the event that we do get Ibly locked, because that did happen yesterday and I didn't have an out for it. So I had to tribute the Ibly to normal summon, to tribute summon I guess the Big Wing Baphomet, and go off from there. But it was really inconvenient, so you are going to want to play at least one Lingaribo, which is fine because your Big Wing Baphomet doesn't lock you into fusions until after you activate that effect. So I mean you're good to go. One copy of number 60, the Dagaris of Timeless. Again, consistency is key. I go back and forth with 41 Baguska on here, but I mean this gets the job done essentially. For the Chimera stuff, one Chimera, the Illusion Beast, absolutely broken card at 1. Can definitely just win you the game entirely. 2 Chimera, King of the Phantom Beast, and 2 Guardian Chimera. 3 is too much. You're very rarely ever going to see the opportunity to summon a 3rd Chimera. Potentially something that I would add on later on, but I honestly do very much like the extra deck the way it is, so I'm probably gonna leave it the way it is for now. Next, play one Rinbrum, gets your entire engine going with Brand Fusion, 1 Albion, 1 Lubellion, and 1 Mirror Jade for your Brand Fusions. Any more than that, it's just going to be a bit too much, but with this you have full versatility to go either with the Hexlight Fusion or the Versago with either one of these. Also, if you have darks in your side deck, like for example the Kaiju, which we do play Radiant the Kaiju, I'm pretty much telling you my entire side deck before I even showed you guys, but yeah, so that's pretty much going to be it. You have full versatility to go into that package using anything in your main deck. 1 DPE, 1 Dragoon, 1 Dragos Tapelia, and then 1 copy of Magnum Reliever. Obvious choice, obvious choice. This, primarily, yes, it is used with Super Poly, but you can still go ahead and bring it out because you do summon out fusions, right? And there are times when this alone can just win you games, so it's nice to have, essentially. And then Magnum Reliever, it's just a cool card. Yeah, we don't play Polymerization, but we do still play Fusion spells, so I thought it would still come up every now and then. It didn't come up yesterday, so this is the one card I would potentially take out in the event I want to play a 3rd Chimera. But that's going to be it for the extra deck, guys. 15 card extra deck. Next, for the side deck, play 2 copies of Radiant, the multidimensional Kaiju. I played 2 copies. I didn't have the space for a 3rd one in my side deck. Also, you want to make sure this is also a Fiend and a Dark, so it goes to your Branded and Chimera package as well. We played the back row Hates, 1 Feather Duster, and 2 Cosmic Cyclone, just to make sure that you're able to have full versatility going against whatever. If you get Trap Tricks, Labyrinth, whatever, you do still have the outs for it. Or if your opponent wants to go ahead and play cards like what's it called, Anti-Spell Fragrance, which can come up, of course, in the current format. Potentially take out the Feather Duster for a 3rd Cosmic just because it's chainable. But honestly, Duster has won me so many games, I want to make sure I keep it in. Next, 3 copies of Book of Eclipse. Book of Eclipse, absolutely busted card, going second against Chimera, going second against Pirelli. It's just a really broken card overall, so this mixed with the Book of Moon going second is super busted, so you don't have to deal with any of your opponent's effects. Next, we do play 1 Call by the Grave and 3 Crossout Designator. This actually came up super clutch because we do also play 3 copies of D-Barrier. This came out super clutch. In the event that you get D-Barrier flipped on you, it actually does hurt a lot, and anyone who says otherwise is actually bugging. So you activate Crossout Designator, you get rid of 1 D-Barrier, and then you have to deal with it. So that is something that is really essential, really cool, that did come up in one of the matches, so it's something that I'm going to be looking to keep in the final version of the deck. But I don't know, it's gonna be tough to find a true final version just because there's so many, again, ways to play this deck. But anyway, that's gonna be it for the deck profile, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you guys have any tips, advice, please let me know in the comment section down below. Like I said, we're also trying to figure this deck out. There's a few topping lists and a few winning lists as well for this deck, and they all play completely differently. I haven't seen one with Fusion Destiny yet, so I might go ahead and switch that back to the Pfeiffer package, but we'll see. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.